Good morning, Parkland. We hope you had a good weekend and enjoyed the nice summery weather.
It's a special week here at PPTV. It's Hidden Figures Week, and we'll be looking at the movie and some of the people it's based on. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Panthers. Today's Science Facts of the Day will be our first segment to look at for people behind the film Hidden Figures. Let's go on over to Gabby to find out more.
Hey Panthers, when most of us are 18, we will just be finishing high school and preparing for college. Katherine Johnson, on the other hand, was graduating college. Johnson finished high school at age 14. When she graduated college, she had degrees in both math and French. In 1938, Johnson became the first African-American woman to desegregate the graduate school at West Virginia University. She was the only female African-American, and there were only 2 other African-Americans in the program. In 1953, she was hired by NASA as a computer. As a computer, that meant that she spent her day doing math tasks that were assigned to her and the other computers. That changed in 1958 when she was asked to be a part of the team working to put the first man in orbit. She was so good. She worked out the mathematics, and it would take, and John Glenn, the first man to fly in orbit, refused to go until she double-checked the math that NASA's new IBM computer consoles had done. Here's a little more about Katherine Johnson.
She's a NASA mathematician who helped take the American space program to new heights. During her time at NASA, Katherine Johnson helped send the first Americans into space and to the moon, calculating most of the coordinates by hand.
We told them how fast they would be going, and the moon would be there by the time you got there.
Johnson's calculations were so accurate, legendary astronaut John Glenn requested that she double-check NASA's new computers before he took off. Johnson began making her mark on space travel in the 1950s, when both women and blacks were marginalized in American society and at NASA. Johnson started working at NASA when it was still segregated. But her sharp skills earned her the nickname the human computer and helped her break through the barriers she and her colleagues faced.
I just happened to be working with guys, and when they had briefings on, I asked permission to go. And they said, well, the girls don't usually go. And I said, well, is there a law? They said, no. I said, well, so then my boss said, let her go.
The woman who graduated from college at 18 is now a 97-year-old living legend, revered among her NASA successors.
Okay, so here's the time for Parkland news. First, the following clubs are canceled this week. Robotics club, math team practice,
The following clubs will meet on tomorrow: Tech Crew, SGA, Homework Club with Mrs. Ennis, Kid Tech, and Environmental Club. If you have any questions, speak to your sponsors.
On Wednesday, Bridge Club, Civil Air Patrol, Jazz Band, and PPTV Media Club.
Clubs meeting on Thursday are Super Sci-U, Homework Club with Mrs. Ennis, Guitar Pals, Kid Tech, and Builders Club. Now we are going to take a brief break, and we will be back after this message from our county student member of the board.
Hey everybody, welcome back from winter break and Happy New Year. I can report that the board recently met to discuss some pressing topics. First, we adopted a school calendar for next year, which, conforming to the governor's executive order, will start after Labor Day and end by June 15th. We also received Dr. Smith's operating budget recommendation for next year. In this document, he calls for an increase of $67 million to fund important initiatives, from expanding dual language programs to expanding minority scholar achievement programs to bolstering our career and technical education opportunities. If the budget is funded, MCPS will also pay for all students to take the ACT or SAT once in high school, underscoring our message of decreasing barriers to higher education. While it will not be easy to get the funding we need, I'm committed to working hard to ensure that all of us have the resources necessary at our disposal. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back. If you are interested in auditioning for Beauty and the Beast, pick up an audition packet in the main office, TV studio, or room 1306. They are looking for both boys and girls to be in the show.
On Thursday after school, you could purchase pizza from the Builders Club. You could buy a slice of cheese or pepperoni for $1.50, or a whole pizza for $10.
Don't forget to turn in your permission slips for Hidden Figures in the cafeteria during lunch. They're due this Friday.
Finally, today is the day of the second Box Tops for Education grade level competition. Students can drop off their box tops in the cafeteria from now until Tuesday, February 17th. The grade level who collects the most will receive a prize, so bring your box tops in ASAP. Now let's head over to Gabby.
Panthers, we can't believe it, but after our story about the Squirrel Mafia shutting down power to a small town on Friday, the Squirrel Mafia struck again. This time in Toronto, Canada. That's right, they are starting to harass the Canadians too. In Toronto, store owner Paul Kim owns a small store called Luke's Grocery. It seems that several squirrels have been stalking his store and coming in and stealing candy off his shelves. So far this season, the squirrels have stolen almost 50 candy bars. Mr. Kim has taken to posting videos of the thieves to YouTube. Check it out. Let's switch topics for a moment. We talked about Hidden Figures earlier. If you haven't seen it yet, here's the preview for the movie.
Equilateral, isosceles, tetrahedron.
I've never seen a mind like the one your daughter has. You have to see what she becomes.
Come on! Move like that.
Catherine! We all gonna end up unemployed riding around in this pile of junk.
You're welcome to walk the 16 miles.
Or sit in the back of the bus.
And kiss me up.
You have identification on?
We're just on our way to work at NASA, sir.
I had no idea they hired.
There are quite a few women working in the space program.
You know what we're doing here? We're putting a human on top of a missile, shooting into space that's never been done before. I need a mathematician that can look beyond the numbers. Math that doesn't yet exist.
You have someone?
Running what I'm playing.
Catherine's the gal for that. She can handle any numbers you put in front of her.
You're a computer at NASA. They let women handle that sort of...
Yes, they let women do some things at NASA, Mr. Johnson. And it's not because we wear skirts. It's because we wear glasses.
You've been gone for 300 hours.
Was Mama gone for 12 and a half days?
No, but it felt like it.
In 14 days, astronauts will be here for training. Everything we do can matter to their wives, to their children. I believe it's going to matter to the whole country.
My gals are ready.
There's no protocol for women attending.
There's no protocol for a man circling the earth either, sir.
We all get there together, we don't get there at all.
Let me ask you, if you were a white male, would you wish to be an engineer?
I wouldn't have to. I'd already be one.
Say happy birthday to these students today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Well, if it's your birthday, I guess I must be talking to you. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, we're done for the morning, but we will be back tomorrow.
Before we go, remember these words from Ralph Waldo Emerson. The only way to have a friend is to be one. Have a fantastic day, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye!